What is up, you beautiful comic book junkies? I'm Mr. Tyrant, Trey Quintero from the Mr. Tyrant channel. You're watching the very first video for the new channel that I kind of wanted to keep separate from Mr. Tyrant because that's a really small gaming channel that I didn't want there to be any confusion when anybody goes to the Mr. Tyrant channel as to like what they'll be getting. So I was like, hey, let's start another like little comic book little corner over here, and we'll do comic book things because I am extremely passionate about both comics and video games. So divide and conquer, right? Is that probably not how that works? Anyway, first episode is Batman Bad Blood. Let's get started. So I'm really digging this sleeker art that DC's been using in their films, and maybe I only notice it so much because of the Marcus Phoenix Batman Arkham series games, where he's like the Dark Knight from the Frank Miller version of Batman. I like how they are designing these characters. It's almost anime-ish, like I've mentioned in previous videos. I'm still digging it. I hope that this continues. I have no issue with this art style at all. This one is also again directed by the great Jay Oliva, whatever. I love this dude's work. He did Throne of Atlantis, he did Batman vs. Robin, Assault on Arkham, War, he did Flashpoint, he did Dark Knight Returns, and I love how he moves the camera to kind of help the momentum of a scene go. He has a very, it's not completely entirely like game changing, but it's a very distinct, like, oh, you can tell, you know, this is a Jay Oliva movie. Like I'm really digging this guy's work. I hope he continues to direct and deliver awesome freaking films like he's doing right now. And speaking of momentum for scenes, the choreography in this one is pretty incredible because there's so much attention to detail. These guys put so much love into every just minute detail of this film. When it focuses on Batman and Batman's fighting, he's so militaristic, and every movement is so deliberate. He doesn't make multiple movements when one movement will do, and he always plans out an attack before it happens. So he tries to take these people out as efficiently as possible, as to not take any risks that they might overtake him, or not waste too much, more energy than he needs to on these people. He always knows exactly where their weak spot is. It's really cool to watch how they choreograph Batman versus Dick Grayson. There's one point in the film where Grayson takes over for Bruce as Batman, and you can see a completely different change in how Grayson operates as Batman versus Bruce Wayne as Batman, because Grayson maintains that acrobatics and the grappling where he's jumping all over the place. And it's kind of goofy, but it's cool to watch because he'll like take a guy down and zoom off, and then take a guy out, and it's really cool to watch. And then you have Damian, who's kind of like a blend of the two, which is kind of cool. Damian has that assassin upbringing, so he's also doing a lot of jumping, but he's also very disciplined in how he attacks. They don't really focus as much on Damian in this film, which is fine. They just had Batman vs. Robin, so that's fine with me. But again, it is very cool just to see how much love and thought they put into, not only are these different people and personalities, but they're gonna have different fight styles when it comes down to it. I love digging into the Bat family. Like, if you know me at all, you know that I love the extended Bat family. The only two characters that I really don't care about, I'm not interested in, is actually Batwoman and Batwing, who are, they're featured pretty heavily in this film. The reason I don't like Batwing, real quick, is just because he's so gadget oriented, and that perpetuated the whole argument that people make where it's like, Batman's not a superhero, he's just got toys, and that just, it's like, okay, then you're gonna bring Iron Man, Batman in, okay, whatever. However, I did recently pick up Batwing Volume 1 of the New 52 on hyper discount the other day, so I'll see what that's about. We'll see how it goes. I'm not keeping my hopes up on that one. However, I need to figure out what is going on with Batwoman, because in this film, she plays a very strange role. She demands almost to have the Batwoman insignia and like carry that around, but at the same time refuses at first to really participate or have any real connection with the rest of the Bat family. So it's very confusing.
If you're serious about hunting them down, then we should work together.
Just because I wear this doesn't mean I'm a part of your little cult.
It's like, why would you even bother to be Batwoman if you're not gonna be a Bat family member? I don't really understand that. What her character's thought process is on that one, but whatever. I do have the first 2 volumes of Batwoman that I need to dig into and see what she's about. As far as the other characters, you really get to see the struggle that Dick had growing up with Bruce, and it wasn't just you see Robin, you see Dick Grayson as Robin, and he's always like hey, and he's making jokes and stuff. Like, Dick Grayson is constantly making jokes in everything that he does, but you get to see like this real pain and this real loneliness growing up with someone that doesn't have that real strong human connection that is Bruce Wayne. Who would he connect to? He's only ever had his butler.
What was it like growing up with him?
When I was a kid, I idolized him. Hell, I wanted to be him. But the older I got, the more I realized that I didn't know him at all. How could I? Bruce Wayne is as much a mask as Batman. And I think the only thing behind those masks is pain. A pain he refuses to share with anyone. So what was it like? Lonely.
So it was interesting to see a very different side of Dick Grayson, because he's always joking and he's always really like lightening the mood with some stupid joke. So that was kind of interesting to kind of deepen his character a little bit more than I'm used to. There's also some development within Damian, so that was actually really satisfying, because he was so in Son of Batman and Batman vs. Robin, he's so absolute killed. I mean, he's absolute in his action, where he just wants to eliminate evil. And then you see there's a part where he realizes somebody's about to, he's about to cause somebody to die, and he just turns on a dime, he flips, and he freaks out that that this person is about to die because of him, and he just completely makes that leap to save them, and he's about justice and not vengeance. So that little switch for me was extremely satisfying as far as character development goes, to see a change in Damian and him kind of come to the Bat family versus his upbringing with Ra's and the League of Assassins. So that was really cool. So we have this new villain, and he's the Heretic. He calls himself the Heretic, and he has like a Batwing style, Arkham Knight style mask, and he's not anybody that you're gonna know. He's a completely new villain, which is kind of cool. It was kind of refreshing to see somebody new that I couldn't predict who it was. So that was kind of neat. But yeah, Heretic ends up capturing Batman.
No, she wasn't ready.
Which is why the Bat family has to come together to kind of find out where Batman is, what's going on, what the Heretic's up to. It's also why Dick has to kind of pretend to be Batman for a little while, and that's where you see his approach to Batman be different than Bruce's, which is what I touched on earlier. So that's cool to see. Damian and Dick already really aren't that great of friends. They kind of are really tense, where you have Dick is always thought to be the son of Batman, and then you have the actual biological son of Batman, and they've always kind of butted heads because of that. It's cool to see them kind of be big brother, little brother kind of, and then these two, Batwing and Batwoman, kind of be really resistant to come into the family, and then they kind of find their spot. So that's really cool. But my final verdict on Batman Bad Blood is going to be absolutely bye. This is one of the better DC films that's come out in the last 2 years, and it's just for what it shows, not just the action, but for the story and the emotion and everything that comes in this little package. It's a great film. It shows a lot of new sides to old characters. I would definitely recommend picking this up and supporting the DC animation team because they're doing incredible work. And I would love, I just want it to keep coming, man. I can't get enough. Maybe not so much Batman. This is another thing I want to talk about. I mean, we've already had, we had Batman vs. Robin, Assault on Arkham, we've had Son of Batman, now we have Bad Blood. That's like 17 Batman films in the past 2 years. Let's branch out a little bit, DC. Let's take some risks, alright? Let's see some Martian Manhunter. Let's see his struggle to be alone. Let's see Hal Jordan figure out what the hell is going on. A Wonder Woman movie. That would be great. All I'm saying is Batman has been done for the past 2 years. Let's branch out. However, the next film, there's a kind of a good sized sneak peek in that in the Blu-ray is Teen Titans versus Justice League, which looks incredible. I love the Teen Titans. I've always loved Teen Titans, and this next film is going to be really good. I'm really excited to see that. But let's branch out after this. I mean, Throne of Atlantis was so good, and it focused on such an underrated character that nobody likes. Nobody likes Aquaman, and yet Throne of Atlantis was amazing. Let's get something else, please. Otherwise, buy this movie. It's great. It's great. I'm Mr. Tyrant Quintero. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if you can hear the construction outside my apartment right now. They're like building like a neighborhood grocery store, which is I'm freaking excited about because that just means I can walk to go get groceries now. I don't have to get in my car and drive, and I can be lazy America. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to throw us a like. This is a brand new channel. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what reviews you want to see. I was probably going to do Deadpool after this since the Deadpool movie's coming out. If you're seeing this and you've never seen me before, you can check out my gaming channels, Mr. Tyrants, where I do stupid stuff. And I haven't done anything in a while, but I'm coming back strong with these 2 channels. And I mean, just have an awesome day. Okay? I don't have an outro for this yet. I can use my old one. Alright, so don't forget, it's 2 in the head, burn the bodies, and if you survive, I'll see you next time.